Hi, hello. Happy Friday to all my beautiful, kind, sensitive, empath, highly sensitive, earth angel, starseed, chosen ones of God, who are my fellow soul sisters and soul brothers. Of course, usually, as always, I'm mostly talking to ladies, you amazing, kind ladies. Thanks, guys, for supporting my work. Sometimes I like to post on my YouTube. Please keep on supporting my work. If you are one of my soul people, to fight the algorithm to help and support my work, my growth from my channel on YouTube. And of course, reach out if you need more help and support and buy my self-help book when you're battling against narcissistic people. So there are a few things that I need to talk about today that are coming to me. First of all, about sexual harassment, dealing with these immature people, immature men. They are not men, they are little boys. Ladies, if they are hurting you, they are giving you red flags instead of genuine, authentic, honest, caring, loving, compassionate, empathetic effort. You have a toxic man in your hands and you have to walk away from him. You have to set your boundaries and say no. These people can be so difficult. They are energy vampires, just sucking all your energy, your life force, everything out of you that they can possibly get. And that is very abusive and it is not okay. Because again, you have to know your own value and worth. You have to build your confidence and be the queen conscious woman. I love that saying, to be a queen conscious woman, because then you know your own value and worth. You know that you are a high value woman, so to speak, and you are willing to just walk away from these people and set those boundaries. You are willing to say no when you have to. You're willing to not put up with garbage treatment because you know that you don't deserve that. You love and value yourself. You know your value and worth. You love yourself more. So it's easy for you to not explain. It's easy for you to go no contact and be silent with them. Because you're not supposed to be staying open to those toxic entities, toxic energies. As chosen ones, we can be so attacked by the Jezebel spirit, for example, that I have sometimes been mentioning in my videos, because the Jezebel spirit can emit this sexual energy, lustful, very controlling energy. And of course, usually men that watch a lot of porn, like for example, this married guy, I cannot really say a man because he's not being a grown-up man. By the way, he has been treating me now very abusive, very, very low vibrational, negative energy, not even, any authentic closure or apology coming from him, no accountability, no responsibility of how he hurt me, and he's married. And so I'm just inviting the Holy Spirit into being present with me here as I'm recording this video. I always call in the Holy Spirit and Jesus Christ every day as I wake up in the morning. And I recommend that you do the same, because we need to be drenched in Jesus' blood every day to be safe. I really find that to be the most empowering tool to be safe. Of course, you can also use, for example, affirmations that are empowering as you're building your confidence, your mindset, after you have been very bullied and abused all your life, dealing with narcissistic people who just want power and control over you, who can have this Jezebel spirit within them. Of course, you have to find and use your own tools that help you. But yes, because we are human angels, we are very sensitive and precious souls, old souls. We have a lot of wisdom, especially because we're starseeds as well. If you identify to also be a starseed, like I do, we have so much ancient wisdom and clarity, power within us from our ancestors, from our star family, that we should also be leaning on. Also inviting that help in, believing in that help, in that support, because we have to be who we are. There's no denying it. If you are suppressing yourself, you're not letting yourself be who you are. You're the people pleaser. You're the quiet, the silent person. You will be more abused. So this is really coming to me powerfully today, that we have to understand when we are being manipulated and bullied and attacked and abused, because we don't always see the signs. And that is why I think it's so important to be addressing the signs, and I've been doing that in my videos, for example. So we have to know and trust ourselves and build the confidence, the self-concept, the inner peace, self-love, knowing your worth, your value. Those things have to be so strong. And also not abandon yourself when someone is again trying to be mean to you, try to destroy you and your health, your mental health, because of course they attack your faith and your mental health. And again, so it's a fact that we are not supposed to be managing other people's emotional immaturity, mental immaturity, and their issues, their trauma, no matter how much they are trying to project and reflect and pour them on us. We are not human dumping grounds and punching bags. We actually have a human worth as well, like everyone else. So if they are not treating you according to even a normal, basic human worth, then they are being abusive and toxic. We are not objects. Nobody is an object. We are living, breathing beings with feelings and a brain of our own. So if there's someone who's making you question yourself, they are attacking you. The more you try to speak your truth, they are attacking you, lashing out on you, trying to brainwash you, trying to manipulate you into conforming into what they want from you. Again, they are coming from their own agenda, what they want, what they need. But you are not their energy supply. You are not their mother. You're not their parent. You're not their caretaker. They have to grow the F up and start to wake up and repent to God. That is what they should do, because they have sold their souls to the devil, clearly. And this can happen. For example, if you watch a lot of porn, it can happen. Those demons come. And again, of course, I'm speaking from very painful personal experiences here, because, like I said, this married guy who I thought I loved, I thought I knew him, but I had to come to the realization that he is not a man of God. He was sometimes mentioning to me that he wants to believe in God, but I was trying to say to him that you cannot watch porn, for example, and at the same time be a man of God. It just doesn't work that way. So, of course, the more you live a sinful life, like he is very much doing, I just had to wake up to that truth that, okay, this person could never be my husband, for example. Because again, as ladies, no matter how sensitive and kind we are, how trusting we are, doesn't matter how much we can be bullied and abused, whatever it is, it's not our problem to fix. We have to only take care of ourselves and move forward. And, we have to be clear on what kind of treatment we accept from people in our lives. We have to draw those boundaries. No one else can do that for us. So we have to be clear. We have to be the CEOs of our own lives. And that is, of course, if you book a session, if we start to work together, or if you buy my self-help book, I'm teaching you these tools because you have to be the empowered version of yourself, that you're not that doormat. You're not that people pleaser. You're not supposed to be. And at the same time, we have to understand and believe, grow our faith, hold on to our sanity, mental health overall, and our faith, because they are trying to destroy all of that. They are trying to dim our light. They are trying to destroy our light, our power. And again, they would not be attacking us if they did not understand what they are up against, because we are so powerful. We don't always even see our own power. At least I didn't. I've had to go through many, many painful experiences before I really started to understand my own strength. Even though people have been telling me sometimes that, you know, you've been through so much, too much of pain, and you are so strong. But I did not see or feel that. So again, it doesn't matter. Ultimately, it doesn't matter what someone else thinks about you, how they feel about you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't say anything about your value and worth. And when you show your confidence, you show your value and worth, you don't explain. You just walk away. You just cut them off. You just nip it in the bud. You just let it go. You say, let them. I'm letting them be. Like Jesus would say as well. Let them be. Let them go. Let them have their own karma to deal with, their own issues to deal with. If you hurt an earth angel, if you hurt a chosen one, there are things to pay for. You know, they will get back 1,000,000 times what they have given to you. And you need to just be resting in peace. You need to be able to rest in peace and love. And because these things can be so painful, and because these things can be so much work. And I am proof of that. So these are, of course, factors why I'm also addressing these things now, because I'm really after justice. I am so against all kinds of wrongdoing, bullying, you know, whatever it is, abusive sexual harassment. I'm so against those things. I'm very into justice. So then you are one of my people if you resonate with my thoughts, with my energy, with my story, of course, and what I'm talking about. And so then you're in the right place when you've found me in my work. So of course I do appreciate it if you also support me on Threads and Instagram. I'm often active on those as well. And so if this man is giving you the red flags, he's not putting in the effort. He has these wrong kinds of values. Like, for example, he's watching a lot of porn, or he's smoking weed. Like, my last ex was also doing that. You have to pay attention. Stop being his mother. Stop being his free therapist. We're not supposed to be serving others endlessly, being their free caretakers, therapists, coaches, always giving and giving and giving, when it's going to be an endless battle. If you stay there, they are not going to be waking up. The only way that they would ever wake up is if you set those boundaries. You say, no, this is not okay. Don't you see what you're doing to me? Say goodbye. Because you're only killing yourself. You're only destroying, you're hurting yourself only. Breaking your own heart if you stay there. These men, they are so, I would say that they are so filled with the demonic, toxic entities, energies, very negative. The Jezebel, of course, can be a factor as well. Like I said, usually it is. And you're recognizing it by how they are being so controlling, so manipulative. that no matter what you say or do, it doesn't stop. If you stay silent, if you accept it, it certainly doesn't stop. They will keep on using you. If you try to defend yourself, they can be attacking you even more. And so this is why it is so crucial to learn to just put an end to it. Just simply say no. You draw that boundary once, clearly, in such a short sentence as possible, because it's the only way to get through to them. Not over-explaining, not sending them long paragraphs, many, for example, voice clips or videos, many messages, emails. Likely they'll just brush it all off. They are just enjoying the attention. They are likely wanting to suck in all the energy that you're giving to them, the attention, whatever. They can think that they still have control and power over you. They can think that they still have a chance to get to your heart and soul. And so this is why it's so important that you set that boundary once. Like, okay, for example, I'm not dealing with this anymore. Goodbye. If you feel the need to say something. Of course, the other option is that you don't say anything. You just block them, delete them, cut them off out of your life. Of course, this is not always possible, but that is, of course, another topic that I have sometimes been talking about as well in my videos. That, for example, when you have a lot of kids with them, or you are living with this person, and you have a house together, things like that. Of course, they are not so simple as with someone that you haven't even met, for example. So, of course, different situations. But of course, yes, I'm here to help. My self-help book will help you definitely if you need more help and support right away from someone who understands, who has also been through these things. But also, of course, I recommend that you book a reading with me, or an angel healing session, or a one-on-one session that we can talk about your situation, and I can guide you forward honestly and authentically. I can tell you what I think, and I can help you. Because, like I said, it's not always so easy. I've had to, on my own, I had to always cut these kind of people off, from my life, even though I loved them so deeply, and I felt so attached to them in every possible way. But I had no choice but to move on. But yeah, I think it's so important that, we are clear about our own personal values. We stay true to God. We do not lead sinful lives. We are honest with ourselves, honest with others. We are building our own empowerment from within, understanding that it does not come from the outside sources. It comes from within, the connection from within, with your soul, with your heart, with your self-concept, your value and worth, self-love, self-respect, self-acceptance. We need to have these tools, self-appreciation in place, and then come from that peaceful energy that is intact. So let them underestimate you, let them undervalue you, let them not see your worth, let them think what they think. The Finnish business coach Laura was just talking about this today, and it was coming to me this thought that, okay, I want to address this as well. I commented on her post that, if we let people put us into the prison that they want us in by attacking us, because that's what happens. They will put us in this mental, invisible prison. If we let their attacks affect us and our sensitive natures and souls, and health, life overall. So it's not worth it to let them do that. So let them think what they think. Because again, if you're not connected within yourself, you're going to feel disconnected, and you're going to feel very off. Your energy will feel off. You feel that you're not fully grounded in your presence. And of course, to support yourself, I think it's also important to remember that, these things happen if you're, for example, attacked by many people in a day. And because we are demon slayers, so it's so empowering, so important to not abandon yourself again, just because they are attacking you. And it's an excuse to say that they are having a bad day. If someone's, for example, saying that to you, no, that's belittling. That's not understanding the whole situation when it's abuse. And again, a reminder that when someone is controlling you, manipulating you, brainwashing you, having their own needs and agenda, their own ego is more important to them than you and your feelings. You will feel it. You will sense it. It's going to hurt your mind, your faith. It's going to be hurting your energy because you are not like that. You don't attack people. What you want is peace. What you want is authentic care and love. That's what we are. And you see how stupid their behavior, how immature their behavior, how negative their energy is. You see that. So it can help if you remind yourself of these basic things, that you are not responsible. If someone values you, they will put in the effort. They will show in their words, in their energy, in every way possible. They will show it to you that, hey, I value you, I respect you, I hear you, I listen to you, I let you be who you are. I'm not lashing out on you, trying to make you question yourself and your own sanity by different tactics that I'm just using to manipulate you. No, that's not. It's not happening with healthy people, with mature, responsible people who actually take accountability of how they are treating others. They are not creating conflicts out of nowhere and then playing the victim when things don't go their way. So of course, if someone just wants their own way, then it's going to be showing in this power play that they want all the power and control. And if you're feeling very angry, whatever it is that you're feeling, again, you have to support yourself. You just have to be letting out those feelings in one way or another. For me, it has been helpful that I have been expressing myself in any way possible. I'm expressing myself. I'm not staying silent anymore, because I used to be that people pleaser as a young girl, as a teenager, as a young woman. I've always stayed silent because I did not know how to stand up for myself in these situations. So I've had to come a long way, living over 40 years, that I have to speak up. I have to express myself. And again, it's the only way. If you want a change, you have to do something about it, because otherwise these toxic people think that they can just silence you with threats, for example, trying to control you in different ways, trying to pull those strings. And it's very toxic energy, very abusive. It's psychological abuse, spiritual warfare, psychic attacks. That is what it is. It's narcissistic abuse. Can also involve sexual harassment. And it's unwanted attention. You feel uncomfortable, you feel uneasy, you feel very attacked and disrespected, and you can feel very betrayed and angry and sad. And again, no one has the right to try to control you and tell you what you should think and feel. They are not in your brain. They are not empaths. They don't sense things like you do. If they're negative, they're negative. That's it. If they're toxic, immature, then they are. There's no apology. There's no closure coming. There's no accountability, no responsibility. And they are showing that all of that to you in their behavior, how they're treating you. If it's a healthy person, they are not gaslighting you, trying to scare you, trying to make you afraid of them. They are not threatening. There is no such of that energy in true love relationships. In healthy relationships, we don't go around trying to put others down to make ourselves feel better about ourselves. No. And usually, in order for them to have their karma, you have to be out of their life. Because your kind, good, healing energy is going to be reaching them if you stay in no contact, if you stay in their life, if you keep on putting up with that bullshit and you don't see what's happening and you're just tolerating it. So you have to start waking up and see it for what it is, not try to paint it with flowers. Just see what it is. You know, as shocking as it can feel, like I was just saying, it was a shock. It was a wake-up call to me, a cruel wake-up call to realize that this person was not who I thought that he was. I seriously thought that he was basically an angel person. So now I see the truth. He was sexually harassive towards me. He was narcissistic. He was emotionally abusive. And I tried to call him out, and he was withdrawing, going silent, as they usually do, like completely brushing off what I was trying to say to him. And of course, it only felt draining and very hurtful, very disrespectful to me again, to be in that position. So of course I had to, I decided that, okay, I'm just going to be expressing my anger, I'm saying what I need to say, and then I'm going no contact permanently. So that is what we have to do. Keep it as short as possible. And again, if someone is trying to control you and be right in everything and belittle you and your points of view, trying to make you question yourself, attacking you, threatening you, again, it's a sign that they are very insecure. They want all the power and control. They want to be right. They see you as someone stronger and wiser, and they want to attack you because they are basically scared of you. They can be scared that you are exposing their fake image. You are exposing them in every way. And of course, this again is a demonic attack. Very typical Jezebel spirit attack, because they want to be in charge. They get so angry if someone is feeling threatening to them. When you are only speaking your truth, you're not a bad person. But because they don't know what to do with their own pain, because they're so full of it, and they have clearly sold their souls to the devil, because there's no accountability, no responsibility, no respectful treatment coming, no closure, no true, authentic apology coming from them. So it's soulless treatment, what they're giving to you. It's very cruel, very hurtful. And you can feel scared. You can feel hopeless. Like, is this true? What they are saying to me? Should I take this seriously? You can feel this way. Think to yourself. But this is so important to call your power back and, just see it for what it is. It's only an illusion. And signs. This is also a kind of honest reminder, authentically. Signs of a toxic man using you as a sex object, using what he can get from you. There's this toxic cycle. He disappears out of your life only to come back to take advantage of you again. Use you for things, manipulate you, talk you into things that you are not supposed to be even obligated to give to him. You decide. You have to call the shots as a grown woman. You have to call the shots. We have this human life of pain and these freaking egotistical, narcissistic, immature, judgeable spirit male people. So you have to draw the lines and say, no, this is not working. And again, sexual harassment signs, they're sending you these photos, for example, that you don't want, and it scares you. It can scare you because you're highly sensitive and an empath as well. It feels very intrusive. No matter how much you know this person, it doesn't feel comfortable to you. So that is sexual harassment. It's unwanted attention, unwanted communication. It's not building anything healthy. It's unhealthy. And of course, if they make you feel like a sex object, they're giving you those lustful looks, for example, or how they talk to you in this undermining, controlling way, abusive way, that clearly tells you that, okay, this person just sees me for my tits and my butt, for example. And again, your voice, your power, your boundaries are a threat to them. So they can attack you even more, or they go silent because they don't know what to say. They can be surprised even by your power, depending on, again, of course, the situation and who this person is. But anyway, toxic is toxic. It's manipulative. It's controlling. They want, for example, sex from you. You don't want to give it to them. You don't feel the chemistry, but they're pushing it, basically forcing. So in the worst case, it's of course rape if that is what happens. And that, of course, again, is very wrong, very abusive, very traumatizing. You are not some sex object, again, to be attacked and taken advantage of in any way. And of course, to be dealing with these people, again, be cutting them off as soon as possible, doing what you can, supporting yourself, your peace, your health, so that your trauma doesn't get worse. Go to the police, go to people who can help and support you. Of course, my book will help. Like I said, my book will also help you. And in my sessions, we can also discuss these issues if this is what you need to be able to talk about to someone that you can trust and open up to. Yes, of course, I would be glad to help and support you. So if you're interested, do check out my form and, fill it out, and then we can start working together. Because you're not supposed to be suffering alone. And if they make you explain yourself, again, they make you question yourself, they are toxic and abusive. Very controlling, very, very manipulative. They only care about their own fragile ego. They're so insecure. They just use you as a power supply, energy supply. And for example, of course, this person can be married, involved with someone else, and still they come to you to suck all of your life force out of you. That's at least how I'm feeling about this person right now who came to me, who I talked about. And I have no interest in his way anymore. He destroyed every bit of trust and feeling that I had towards him, and it feels very healthy and very liberating. And of course, very, very huge red flags. That they are just trying to put you down. They are treating you as a toy, a sex object, for example. Your voice, your boundaries, your opinions, your rights, whatever it is that makes you you, as you shine your light in this world, you are the empowered version of you who says enough is enough. I'm not tolerating or accepting this abusive treatment. But they still go on and try to do that to you still in different ways with all the tricks in the book that they possibly have, and you feel and see it as this very, very toxic, intrusive energy, which is what it is. So you have to stick to your truth again. So if they do not respect your voice, they do not respect your boundaries, you find yourself repeating those boundaries, you find yourself explaining yourself to them, huge signs that they are being toxic. They are being very narcissistic, very emotionally, psychologically abusive. And if you find yourself, for example, finding out information online about them, why and how they are doing this to you, how is this possible, etc. What is this all about? A huge red flag, because a healthy person does not make you question yourself. A healthy person does not attack you. A healthy person who is stable and mature, they are not going to be making you to discover who they are. And also, if someone authentically respects you and cares about you and wants the best for you, cares about your well-being, your mental health, physical health, your life, your safe space overall, they respect you and whatever it is that is included in your life. They will not be trying to make your life harder than it already is. They will be honoring and respecting and acknowledging whatever it is that you tell them. They are a safe, a stable, a mature, trustworthy adult, trustworthy person to open up to talk to. They are not using your words, your kindness, your empathy. They are not exploiting those things. They are not using things against you.